us here. We've got the NBA on 2K Sports. Hello, basketball fans. Brian Anderson here, courtside with Doris Burke and Grant Hill. Our reporter is Allie LaForce. Of course, the news going into this game, Brandon Ingram sidelined with an injury.
Luckily, it sounds like he'll be out of action for just a short period. People were worried. The injury looked... pretty bad, but this is why you run the test before you jump to conclusions.
We always know this has been a strength of Rudy Gobert, getting the offensive window. Nicely done.
All right, Doris, let's talk for a moment about Rudy Gobert's defensive IQ.
Let's begin, BA, with his communication on that end. It's an undervalued aspect of defensive performance. Then you talk about his ability to be a rim protector, to be able to rotate in defensive help. There is a reason he has won the Defensive Player of the Year as many times as he has. You see the level of verticality that Jason Tatum brings to the table. Nice.
From deep, SGA. And again, it's Indiana with a three.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Rick Carlisle and I got a chance to talk for a bit. He immediately brought up Jason Tatum, the incredible all-star forward, saying, quote, Tatum is an NBA champion for a reason. He leads his team. JT does it all at 6'8". Great passing it, defending, and obviously scoring too. We'll see how they plan to contain Jason tonight. Guys?
Thank you for that, Allie.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander shows you he's not afraid to draw contact now. Gets to the free throw line.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Now here's Murray. Looking at his numbers, putting up 8 points a game. Hero with the bucket.
And those jumpers inside the line, I mean, they're layups for a guy like Hero.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 9 points in the game. And he gets it to go. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 11 points.
And I love their energy so far. They're now 4 for 4 from the field.
Pass to Tatum. Nails it from beyond the arc.
The rise and fire by Jason Tatum, ready to catch it and score it immediately.
Outside Coulibaly. Fires from deep. That shot, no good.
Just their first miss of the night. They've been aggressive, and they've been proficient.
Here's Murray. It's rebounded by Kleber. Indiana leading. To the inside. Stolen by Jones. Fast break, Minnesota. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Here's Gobert. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum.
Jason Tatum's never going to hesitate to move the basketball. If you're open, he'll find you.
Knocked loose. Out of bounds. It'll be Indiana's ball.
Minnesota substitution, DeAndre Jordan.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Just get right up and over the top of the defense. Gilgeous-Alexander, no doubt.
And the Pacers are aptly named, Doris. They are looking to get out and run.
Oh, B.A., this is a fun basketball style to watch. Very up-tempo, pass first, a lot of ball movement, a lot of player movement.
They have the depth to wear out their opponent. And if you listen to the guys who play against them, what they admire most is their consistent commitment to this identity. They are locked in on who they are and how they win.
Turner, no good. 1:51 left in the opening quarter. Pass to Okogie. To the paint. Here's Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Well, we've seen that a time or two from Mr. DeAndre Jordan. Nice, easy finish with that dunk.
That's tipped. Ooh, stolen by Murray. Oh, deflected. Stolen by Coulibaly. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. And they pick up 2.
And a steal like that, with the conversion, can really start moving things in your direction.
And so it's Murray who brings up the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Here's Okogie. Gets the 3 to fall. Okogie's got 5 now.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Minnesota with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. The drive by Murray. That one drops for him.
Yeah, the closer he gets, the deadlier Murray can be. He just enjoys working close in.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Pass to Turner. On the wing, Risacher. Sinks that one from the post.
And both teams already firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, this is already a high-scoring game, but we knew that was a possibility coming into this one.
Murray drives in with 1 on the clock. What a play! He drains it at the buzzer!
And credit him for understanding the situation and coming through.
And to me, the way you end quarters impacts how you end the game. It can go a long way between a W or an L.
The scoring is fast and furious as we end the first. The T-Wolves on top. They're up by 5. And we'll be back. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
They've done a great job facilitating so far. So moving the rock and finding the open man, just great selfless basketball.
And they've also shown dominance in the paint so far tonight, really putting the work in down low.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Shannon. Off target with the 3.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Pass to Jones. Hero outside. And there's the foul. It'll go on Grayson Allen. That's his first foul. The Doris offensive rebounding was down for a few years, but it's making a comeback.
What teams realize, Brian, is that you can absolutely corner crash, create extra opportunities for yourself without putting your defense at a deficit.
They get it back. Oh, easy 2 for Gobert.
You simply must account for Rudy Gobert and keep him off the offensive glass. He's done it his whole career.
For 3, Allen. Rebounded by Dunn. The Timberwolves lead by 7. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thank you. The Pacers are all about winning. And Coach Rick Carlisle said, our young players are having to earn their way. They're not being given anything. It's the only way to do things, in my opinion. If you want to build championship habits, you got to do it on a merit-based accountability type of basis. EA, back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks for the report. Pass to Shannon. Down low. Here's Landale. And that one is hammered home.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
You're coming in at full speed. Hero was just too quick.
Hey, Grant, this defense of the Timberwolves, one of the league's stingiest.
Well, if you look up and down their lineup, not many weak links for opponents to target. And then, of course, you've got 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, on that back line. BA, they're tough.
Done. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Hendricks. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. Minnesota shooting their first free throw of the night. And for head coach Rick Carlisle, this is the third stint with the Indiana Pacers.
He begins as an assistant coach with them back in 1997, leaves the organization, but returns as the head coach in 2003, leaves after 2007, and then back in 2021, and now...
Oh, okay then!
Oh, I love this guy. Even when they're trailing, he works hard to put on a show.
Hey, that might be just what they need right now. Pass to Shannon from behind the arc. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost him 3.
Pacers trail by 8. Allen outside. And they call an illegal screen here.
So that's his second foul. Not a big deal yet, but you certainly don't want to pick up that third.
Pass to Jordan. On the wing, Tatum. No one near him. Yes, on the jumper. 9 points for Jason Tatum.
That is the exceptional versatility that Jason Tatum shows, and it's every night, guys.
From deep, SGA. And it's Jordan with the rebound. The Timberwolves lead by 10.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Here's Tatum. He's got 9. Oh, look at Tatum going to work inside.
Boy, this guy making the most of his chances here, really giving his team a lift.
Kleber with a screen. It's stolen by Tatum. He's all alone. And he hammers it home to polish off the break.
Well, you love to see Jason Tatum using his length and athleticism to make plays defensively. That's nice.
Out of bounds, Pacers ball as Indiana keeps possession. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Here's SGA. He's got 13. Basket's good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 15.
Individually, he's trying to lift the team. You've got to love the effort, but thus far, not getting over the top.
Tatum from long range. It's good. And the assist goes to Murray. And the Timberwolves lead by 15. From deep, SGA. Minnesota with the rebound.
Boy, after dropping 2 triples in the first quarter, he hasn't hit another yet.
Got a piece of it. Pass to Okogie. Jordan the screen from outside the arc. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jordan.
Well, DJ, twice on the pipes. No, sir. Get it out of here.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys.
Time for your Indiana pick stakes, everyone. Your Ace team, everyone. Show them some love.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Again, SGA can't get it to go.
At some point, do you start to think about getting others involved? It has been a struggle.
Outside Jones. Hero on the wing. Takes the 3. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
Well, you know, it's already tough to play like this at home, but it's even tougher to do so on the road.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
47.
So as we conclude the first half, a fairly one-sided game. Timberwolves ahead opening up a huge gap. And time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports. Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Pacers trail by 21. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Turner, and that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander.
You can see how comfortable Miles Turner is on the interior. He knows he has the size and length to dominate.
And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
You know, looking at the turnover story, they've had a few miscues along the way, but as we see on the scoreboard, it hasn't hurt them.
And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has made the move from star to superstar, Grant.
Well, no question, B.A. He's been a superstar for quite a few seasons now, but he's not satisfied and just continues to elevate his game year after year.
And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
And then Turner with the dunk.
Well, just good recognition in the pick and roll. Gilgeous-Alexander reacting to the defense perfectly.
To the middle. Hero for three. And again, it's Minnesota with a three.
3 points.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Outside Coulibaly. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebound Minnesota.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Pass to Hero. Back to Murray. 5 to shoot. No good that time. Pacers trail by 20. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. And here's Minnesota now. Their next game playing at home as the Grizzlies come to town. That'll be the first of 2 games on their home court. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, B.A. Tyler Hero wants to be the complete package. He said, quote, "I'm not thinking score, score, score. It's more about finding different ways to impact the game, knowing I don't have to force the issue. When I'm taking efficient shots and making the right passes, that makes us a dangerous team." Back to you, Brian.
He's finding that balance. Okay, Allie, good stuff. Into the third. 2 minutes in now. Here's Shamet. Shot clock at 5. Ooh, stolen by Allen. And here they go. A nice shot by McCain.
That's just perfect execution. Nice job hustling, and as a result, he gets rewarded with the bucket.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Tatum gets the bucket.
Just tremendous understanding and fundamental basketball by Jason Tatum in pick and roll action. Beautiful.
And after some uncertainty, the Timberwolves moving forward under new governorship doors.
Boy, B.A., that sale process was long and obviously at times quite contentious. I believe the organization has to be thrilled that that is finally in the past, because what you want to do is focus on trying to continue the Wolves' recent run of success. There's a lot to be excited about with this young group.
Nice shot by Okogie.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
Pass to Shannon. He shoots it. Tatum with some nice D.
That's an example of great defense. His teammates love that about him. Always why the shooters struggle against this guy.
On the wing, Tatum. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
They are unconscious from outside, and so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Doris, for teams looking to trade away a big money player, it seems the landscape is getting more challenging.
BA, to me, roster construction is one of the single most difficult things in this league. First and foremost, there are rules in place that restrict salary acquisition. The other piece of this is there are now second aprons in place. So it's not just roster construction, it's sustaining a quality roster over time and keeping that continuity. Success in this league is tough.
On the take, and that one is stuffed right through.
He almost brought the basket down on top of himself.
Oh, there's hang time, and then there's a time to hang. Dunn's shot is good.
Boy, how much do you appreciate Chris Dunn working hard inside to come away with these easy interior buckets?
Allen a screen. Pass to Shannon. Gets rebounded by Minnesota.
Boy, not his best quarter. He's trying to break through.
Dunn outside. Here's Shamet. Hits the trifecta. Shamet's got 6 points.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
Over to the wing. Here's Shannon. And he drives in. And the call will be against Jason Tatum. That's his first foul. And Minnesota making a change here.
Minnesota substitution. Number 20.
Pass to Shannon.
Rudy Gobert.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Dunn's shot is good. He's got 6.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this is simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Here's Shannon. And Indiana misses again.
Boy, this guy was able to connect from deep in the first half, hasn't found the range since.
To the right side. Here's Hendricks. And the 3 off target.
Great effort on the glass by the big fella. Nice work.
And so it's Minnesota cruising into the next quarter with a 30-point advantage. And their three-point shooting, a big reason they have a sizable lead. Back to the game after this break. Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Dunn with it. It's Shamet on the wing. The 3. Gets the 3 ball to go.
3 points.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
And here's SGA outside. Ooh, that one makes him 7 for 14. Got a nice rhythm going here today.
Oh, that look in his eye. Shea wanted that answer badly.
Pass to Shamet. Launches it. It's rebounded by Kleba.
Boy, normally he makes that. Defense gets lucky there.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Minnesota with a rebound. And we played through about a minute here in the fourth. And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul of the game.
Minnesota substitution. Tyler Hero. DeJounte Murray.
And we continue to see the value of NBA franchises climb. Grant, are you glad you got in when you did?
Oh, yes, I am. I think beyond, though, the dollars and cents. It's just the joy of having a hand in the growth of this game and this league that we all love so much.
First personal foul. First team foul.
A 3 off the inbound. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. And so Murray will bring it up for the Timberwolves. Outside Jones. Fires the three. Hits the three-pointer. Hendricks has got his first 3 points of the game.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Indiana calls timeout. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. On the wing, Payton. Over Jones. And once again, off the mark by Indiana. Now here's Murray. This one for three. Hauled in by Curry.
I'll tell you, this is not a game he'll want to individually remember, but they are positioned to close this thing out.
And Minnesota with possession here. They played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points.
Boy, Murray eats up ground in a hurry. You blink, and suddenly he's at the rim.
The three from Curry. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Outside Jones. There's the triple. Rebounded by Kleber. Pass to Curry. To end the run. And Indiana misses again. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth now. Here's Hendricks. He's checked by Kleber. Shakes him. Hendricks no good. Indiana on offense. Here's McCain. Pass to Payton. Wagner up top. And it's Derek Jones with the foul. It's his first foul of the game. And Doris, you think about the top scorers in this league. They're creating those points with greater efficiency than in decades past.
Analytics is increasingly a part of the NBA. Teams are now understanding that 3 is more than 2, and if you don't make enough of them, you have a math problem. And then the other highly valued shots in the game, and maybe the most valued shots, are restricted area 2s. Listen, let's be smart about the game.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Again gets it to go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
Stays ready, lets it fly. You've got to be decisive in the catch-and-shoot game. Josh Okogie, yes, sir.
Here's Shamet, and it's in there. Shamet's got 5 points in the quarter.
And when you're the ones trying to fight your way back into the game, you simply cannot allow second chances.
Well, how about the effort on the glass? Even with this lead, I love that they're still going after it.
Pass to Sissoko. Carter on the wing. Inside. Kleber with a steal. Wagner outside. And here's Curry for 3. The rebound by Carter.
This has not been his best quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Timberwolves.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And they earned win number 9. Each win so important in this league. And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Jason Tatum.
This is the very definition of being in a zone. Everything the defense tried against him, he had an answer for it.
And here's Minnesota now. They're on a 16-3 run. To the inside. And that's an intentional foul.
McCain.
And you know what? We'll give them some credit for battling today, but this one is just about over.
Here's Shamet. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Well, there's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. On the wing, Curry. Intercepted. And so it's Minnesota easily grabbing this one. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, B.A. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
And that'll do it, folks.